Welcome to Insights into Success. We're with your host Paul Dodds. We hope to educate, inspire and motivate you to achieve your own personal success. We talk to guests from all around the world from a variety of walks of life to hear the realities of their own journey to success. What challenges have they faced? How have they coped with failure? And what have been the keys or will be the keys to their own success? In our Read to Succeed interviews, we talk books that have inspired our guests, and for some, they share their secrets to marketing success. Join us as we give you insights into success. All right, welcome back to Insights into Success, where we're just recording a special segment called Read to Succeed. A special guest who was on our previous episode, Anne Barrowclough, has agreed to join us again and share with us some of her inspirational reading. So, Anne, thank you very much for coming back to the show. I'm going to pass it over to you. Tell us about some of the books that you've read, what they are, why you've read them, and what were the key points or the key learning points for you in those books.
Thanks, Paul. I am a avid reader. I would read probably as much fiction as I do non-fiction. I find in the field of mind wandering, fiction is a wonderful way to just let your mind drift into other places and realms. So I do recommend people do read fiction. It's a great opportunity to escape. But a couple of books that I really wanted to talk about. I have a belief that you can give yourself as many books as you choose to in your life. And I gave myself a couple of books at Christmas time, one of which is by Ashley Vance, who wrote the Elon Musk, the biography of Elon Musk.
Oh, okay.
And he's written a book called When the Heavens Went on Sale. It's quite a tome. I don't know how many pages it's got, but for 500 odd. Sorry?
It's a very interesting name. I'm curious to know about this book.
So it is about, at the bottom of the front cover says, it's the misfits and geniuses racing to put space within reach. And it is a story of, I think it's 6 space entrepreneurs, including Elon Musk, but also our very own Rocket Lab, amongst others. And it is how these visionaries established their companies and what they've achieved. Absolutely fascinating because they all came at it from different angles. They all came at why they wanted to go into space, what they wanted to do there, and how they went about it was quite different. It's absolutely fascinating. It's eye-opening that there is now so much commercialization of what is going on in space. Some of it's very technical, which, challenged me. But as always, it's the people and their passions that engaged and involved me. So I really recommend it. It is a big book, but you can read each section on its own over time. So there we go. Is that one? And then the other one is a book called Stolen Focus by Johann Hari, who I've been in touch with about mind wandering. So the subtitle of this is Why You Can't Pay Attention. And Johann, when was it? 2022? Sorry, I just can't quite remember when it all happened. 2022 he wrote the book. He decided he would completely, he'd leave all digital contact behind, and he went and lived, I think it was north of can't remember where, but without any digital devices and with no ability of people to contact him. And the only way he could contact was by the local telephone, landline.
Yeah.
And it was his journey as he rediscovered himself without all the digital devices. And as he goes through the journey, he, for example, one of the chapters is about sleep, and he talks about the impact that digital engagement has had on sleep, and how by removing digitization you become better able to sleep and you get a better quality of sleep. So he's interviewed a whole range of people, from those in the digital space, Facebook, Apple, Google. He's interviewed a lot of psychologists. And really what he's done is he's identified the fact that we have decreased our attention span because we're always looking for the next hit from our digital devices.
Yeah.
And it means that we don't concentrate and we don't think through things. Great read, and very sobering, really, the impact that our digital use is having on our ability to concentrate through. A bit like the fact that we don't really mind wander anymore because it's seen as wasting time,
Yeah.
In fact, it's
so how long did he do that experiment for? How long did he isolate himself?
I think it was 6 months, a while since I read the book. But I mean, I dip into it from time to time just to remind myself. I think it was 3 months or 4 months or something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just can't quite
No,
remember.
that's okay. It sounds like a pretty good experiment to do. I'll be quite happy to do that myself.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not quite sure.
No, it's okay. So tell me a little bit more about your reading. Like, how often would you read in a week or in a month or in a year?
Well, I read every night, and I'm not averse to sitting down on a Sunday afternoon with a book.
Yeah.
I think it's an important part of expanding your knowledge, relaxing. So, yeah.
And what's your style of reading? And what I mean is, do you prefer a physical book, Kobo, Kindle, audio book, or all of the above? How do you prefer to read?
No, I like a hard copy book. I'm a big library user and a big book buyer. If I'm traveling, I will put books on my Kindle, but I don't enjoy reading like that because I like the process of the turning of the pages and the ability to go back, just flick back and have a look. You may actually need to do that on When the Heavens Went on Sale, because, as I say, there's a lot of information. You need to just sometimes zip back and see what happened. Yeah, and I'm disappointed when I see people just reading online. But hey, reading online is reading you.
Yeah,
You're expanding your knowledge, and it's
And tell me, retention of information. Like, do you typically take notes? Do you mark things on books, highlight things in the books? What do you do to help with the retention of information?
No, I don't. I never mark my books. I never mark my books. I like sharing books, so I like to be able to give a book to somebody and let them read it without my marks on it. If something inspires me, yes, I will. I have keep a notepad. Always keep a notepad with ideas. Or I'll go back to it, and as I say, with something like Stolen Focus, I'll dip in and out of it and just remind myself. Books that means something to me, I will reread. Yeah. So I always get, and you always get something more out of it the second time round.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right.
And
Well,
I'm a
thank you
great
so much, Anne.
person. Just one thing.
Yes.
I'm a great person in making contact with people who've written a book that's inspired you. I think people need to know that they've done that. And so I do like to make contact with an author that's written something that is inspirational. So I would, yeah, I think that's something that we should be doing, actually,
And do
is just,
people, do
hey,
they respond?
you absolutely.
Wow. I've honestly never really thought of doing that, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it's, I mean, Johan and, Johan I've been in touch with, and the book another book about mind wandering that I've read that I also dip into frequently is from Moshe Bar. There's another one called Tinker Tailor Dabble Try by Srane Pillay, a doctor in Connecticut, and I've been in touch with him. I mean, Ashley Vance, I haven't yet, but I will. I just think people, and certainly non-fiction, I mean, fiction writers, just, I enjoyed your book. I think it's a opportunity for them to hear back from their readers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, from their point of view, I'm sure it must be really nice to get that
These days,
communication.
it's very easy to make contact. I mean, usually there's something in the back of the book if you want to make contact. I recommend it. It's a great way to get a dialogue going.
Yeah. No, good on you for that. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ian, for agreeing to stay back and do Read to Succeed as well. It's always good to talk to other people who love reading, and I'm building up an amazing, diverse suggested reading list on my website, and you're going to be the latest contributor to it. And I can assure you, your books are definitely unique. We haven't had those before. So thank you for taking the time to share with me and to people that listen to this podcast.
Paul, it's been a real pleasure. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Excellent. All right. All the best. Thank you.